I know. Donahoe from the call. Given all the challenges, we're very pleased with China. The thing they've been really focused on, they say, is the consumer, the connection to Nike, the Jordan and commerce brands, and obviously 11/11 holiday. Why have me repeat it when you could actually hear it from the man himself?
Well, the reason you do
John
that is
Donahoe.
The reason you do that is because about 0.001% of our viewers actually did that. I mean, who knew that they have $10.6 billion in cash? I mean, this company got down to a level where people, this true bear market. This company got down to a level where people just said, you know what, let's just lump them in with a lot of others that aren't any good. And that is, we're at a moment right now, maybe it's Christmas rally. Larry Williams, historically, is able to call these things, says they start tomorrow, but the reindeer may have started early. This was proof positive that you can have all the Mike Wilsons in the world say that things are bad. You could have everybody say the 2s and the 10s. Well, the fact is that Nike is a worldwide company is crushing it. And that transcends whatever we might hear from Mester, okay?
By the way, this 12% gain on earnings, according to Bespoke today, would be the second highest upside earnings gap in 20 years. Yeah, pretty important move on Nike. Although, Jim, there's still a lot of people who argue that the real template for corporate results will be FedEx, meaning cost-cutting ahead of a expected rough ride.
That would be pretty great because these people don't have a clue of what they're talking about. FedEx's quarter is about trying to make money on each piece of product. FedEx has been, growth founder, okay? And we all, Mr. Smith, amazing man. But they're never going to try to take out costs as much as they're going to try to grow. New sheriff, Raj is just unbelievable, I think. Subramanian.
You think he's unbelievable?
Well, here's why. Because he's able to rationalize. Talk about taking another $1 billion in costs.
Yeah, but it's $1 billion off the initial plan, but the volumes are way down from originally, so it shouldn't be that hard because they're not doing as much.
What happens if the recession finally ends, okay? I mean, what they're doing is rationalizing the workforce. Let's not rule out, by the way, UPS has a Teamsters negotiator.
They do. I know. We hear about it all the time from people close to FedEx. Don't we?
Sometimes. Did you ever cover this Teamsters Central States?
No, I'm not saying
like I did.
Jim, I'm not saying that it is not an unimportant thing to keep an eye on UPS in that negotiation. It's going to be very important.
No, and after the Teamsters Central
That said, just to put FedEx in some perspective, Jim, these things don't happen in one quarter, and as you well know, they have reset earnings dramatically since June,
right?
Which has been reflected in the stock price, perhaps.
Okay, can I use an analogy?
Therefore, why it's up today.
Right, can I use an analogy? When Jim Farley came in, he decided to go against the founders' wishes and say, you know what? We're no longer going to make cars everywhere. We're only going to make cars where we can make money. Now, his stock had a big run, and it's come back because it turned out that there are a lot of issues. FedEx, very similar. They're not going to take everybody's mail. They're going to take the mail that makes money. That was something, by the way, that Carol Tomei did a couple of years ago.
This is the better, not bigger Carol Tomei playbook, yes.
I think he's doing the same thing. Can we please stop talking about Amazon and FedEx? They have nothing to do with each other. They haven't had anything to do with each other for years.
Right.
What FedEx is about is a worldwide network where they would spend a fortune sending you a letter. No, not anymore. And by the way, the Teamsters, I thought of that.
You thought of what?
About the issues with UPS and Teamsters and how contracts
I will, from now on, fully attribute that concern to you and not to anybody else.
Well, when I find out who gave you the NFL contract story, I'll blow them up.
I didn't have the NFL contract story, as you well know.
You teased it.
I did not. What are you talking about?
The NFL
contract.
Yeah, that's because it was in the Wall Street Journal yesterday. What are you talking about? I did have the Musk story.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I got the two clown emoji back from the man himself.
I want to take it back right now. I want to say I'm taking myself out of the running.
For what? Twitter CEO?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't see you on the list of odds makers.
You think the people put me on the list? that list is phony. That's the list they put out there.
If nominated, would you not accept?
Yeah, I would. I'm General Sherman on this stuff.